I am Laura Ingraham. This is Ingraham Angle from a very busy Washington tonight. Falling stars. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, how many times has the regime media told us that some emerging Democrat is going to be the next big thing, the next big star? Now, on rare occasion, as in 2004 when Obama spoke at the DNC, the buildup paid off. But that happens maybe once in a generation. Back in 2020, they desperately wanted Kamala to be the next Obama. She was a former prosecutor, tough, no nonsense, a woman of color.
Your city council made that decision. It was a local decision.
So that's where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. That's why we need to pass the Equality Act. That's why we need to pass the ERA, because there are moments in history where states fail to preserve the civil rights of all people.
Well, we all know where that all ended up.
What we need to do domestically, what we need to do to bring down the cost of gas. Well, right? Right?
I seen a meme the other day that said, me Googling online how to make gas at home. Okay?
Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that.
That was hilarious. Now, the border may be open, Ukraine might be a mess, but she still has that cackle. This is so sad for America, but this is what happens when firsts and diversity are given more weight than talent and merit. But the press doesn't care, right? They think they're smarter than Joe Q Public, and when they say someone's a star, that someone should win, period.
Stacy Abrams is a rock star. We already know that.
She is a rising star in the party, despite having lost that election. She's a very charismatic politician.
You have Stacy Abrams, who I would argue is not a rising star of the party, but already established as a leader of the party.
Oh, really? Well, how's that all worked out? Governor Brian Kemp is going to beat her handily. He's up almost 6% in the RCP average in Georgia and has all the momentum. And who can forget that former punk rocker turned political boy wonder from Texas?
Texas Democrats call it Beto Mania. And in the last days of this U.S. Senate campaign, Beto O'Rourke appearances are designed to generate rock star-style pandemonium.
Beto, though, has been a rock star ever since he ran in Texas. And there's so many comparisons to Obama.
He is a rock star among Democratic politics. He's a national figure. He can nationalize this race.
It's such original commentary, isn't it? Apparently, losing to Ted Cruz is not a sign he'll have better luck running for governor, because Governor Greg Abbott leads him by 8.5% in the RCP average. Let's skip over to Virginia, though, shall we, where Abigail Spanberger was running in Virginia's 7th congressional district back in 2018, and then the party sold her as a moderate Democrat. A lot of conservatives there, right, in that district? Well, of course, reporters, they went right along with the charade.
The district in suburban Richmond has not been held by a Democrat for almost 50 years. Spanberger will also be the first woman ever to represent the district. You said Democrats shouldn't appear to be too partisan.
It doesn't always have to be an us versus them. We need to stand up for it, as opposed to a left versus right or Republicans versus Democrats. It should be American values that we all stand up for.
She says nothing and means nothing. The truth is, Spanberger is just another Nancy Pelosi liberal, voting with the speaker 100% of the time. And we know how that's all worked out for Virginia families, don't we? Enter Yesli Vega, an America First conservative. Now, this race is close, but the momentum is with the Republican. No wonder Politico is freaking out. They're reporting that Democrats are sweating it. They thought they had elected a bright political future in 2018. But now their bench of potential statewide leaders could get wiped out in the midterms. One such supernova was this woman, Michigan Congresswoman Alyssas Supernova.
You were very public about that you will not support Nancy Pelosi. Does anything in that change post-Tuesday?
No. I mean, I've been really clear for a long time now. I never want to be disrespectful to anyone who served, especially a woman who broke glass ceilings. But we need to hear what people are telling us on the ground. And that's, they want a new generation that thinks differently and works harder and just takes the caucus in a new direction.
Do you think she knows how funny she is? The truth is, Slotkin is the furthest thing from an independent thinker, voting with Pelosi 98% of the time.
I think what matters is how are you helping people's pocketbooks or their kids? And if you can't speak to that as a candidate, you don't deserve their vote, period.
Oh, that was so nice. Of course, everything she voted for has led to more pain and suffering for Americans. By her own metrics, Slotkin should lose her job. And speaking of the Democrats once touted as the new face of the party, Congresswoman Katie Porter was near top of the list.
Katie Porter, who is another freshman member of Congress in what is already the brightest group of freshman House members that I've ever seen.
A rising star in the Democratic Party, Congresswoman Katie Porter.
Well, her profile rose all right, but not in the way she wanted. Texts exclusively obtained by Fox News showed Porter berating Irvine Mayor Farah Khan and trashing the police for their conduct at one of her town halls last year. The man she lived with was arrested after he allegedly punched a pro-Trump protester, giving the protester a bloody nose. So she was upset that he was arrested. Now, the fact is Orange County made a huge mistake in 2018 by electing her. She doesn't represent their values at all. She's Gavin Newsom in kind of a curly black wig. No one takes her seriously. Especially since when she dressed up like a superhero on the House floor for Halloween, everyone just laughed. But not with her, at her. Zero judgment. Batgirl would never have voted the way Katie did.
Let's talk about what's in that package. Of course, there's the climate part, which is, you know, it's been hot lately.
It's life or death.
It's life or death.
I mean, if we don't do something, Orange County is going to feel like Las Vegas, and that would be the end of the world for people in Orange County. We're soft people.
Well, soft people, maybe I'll go with that one. She's likely to lose to Republican Scott Baugh. Good riddance. So the real question is, with all these falling stars, if the Democrats get shellacked and their stars do fall to the firmament, will they learn anything from this? How about the media? Was it smart for them to nominate a guy who can never seem to find his way off a stage, including today in Pennsylvania? That's kind of a ballerina move. Biden was too weak to resist the crazies on the left, and now that whole act has destroyed his presidency and much of the United States economy. Nice work, kids. The voters don't care about who either party anoints as their next big star. They care about whether they have enough money in their pockets to pay the bills and whether the streets are safe to walk on. The Democrats have delivered on none of this. They're all shooting stars. So when you see one, make a wish before it disappears, just like the Democrat majority. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.